Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Thursday. And I'm back in the story. Okay, so we talked a lot about character traits, learning about the outside traits and the inside traits of the characters in our story. Now we're going back to being our story detectives, and we're going to talk about beginning, middle, and end. We are also doing that in writing with Miss Bavona. All right, so I thought we could tie it in with reading as well, okay? And remember, when we're being story detectives, the evidence we like to say is, I know this because, all right? Kind of give like the how we know, how we figured out what we're looking for, okay? So we've talked about story elements. We talked about it a lot before. We talked about the characters. There's a setting, right? Where does the story take place? Usually the story has a problem, like what went wrong, what happened, and the solution is how it gets fixed, right? And then we talked about the main events, the BME, the beginning, middle, and end. The BME, yeah, you know me. So the B stands for beginning, right? Who are the characters? Right at the beginning of the story, you kind of figure out who's in the story, what's going on, where are they? What is the setting, right? You get a feel for what's happening. The middle, what happens next? Is something happening to the characters? Is there a problem? Which most stories there are. Now, some stories you might find that problem in the beginning too, okay? It's not just in the middle where you find it. Sometimes you might find it all the way at the end, but that's usually where you find it. Something's going on with our characters. There's something that needs to be fixed. There's a problem. What's going on there? And then the E for end, how does the story finish? Have the characters solved the problem? Did the characters change at all? Did they change from who they were in the beginning all the way to the end? Do they have a different opinion about things? Did they become friends with someone who you didn't think they could be friends with? So there's the B for beginning, M for middle, and E for end, okay? As great readers and story detectives, we need to figure it out. We need to be able to talk about our stories, right? If someone goes, hey, what happened in the beginning of that? Go, I know what happened in the beginning. What happened in the middle? Oh, listen to this. This is what happened next, right? How did that story end? Good readers talk about their stories. They know what happened, okay? We're not just reading the words just to read the words. We got to stop and think about it, okay? So do you know the story of Humpty Dumpty? Some of you might be like, yes. Some of you might not know it. Okay. So let me tell you about Humpty Dumpty, okay? And if you ever look at my classroom door in school, maybe I can show a picture of it to the kids at home. It's about Humpty Dumpty. So the story of Humpty Dumpty. Okay. Oh, I'm blocked there a little bit here, but that's what the title says. The story of Humpty Dumpty. So here it is. Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Means he fell like a bad fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together again. Okay, we're going to talk about the beginning, middle, and end of that story, but hold on a second. I'm just going to say it to you one more time, just for those people who are like, what'd she say? Who's Humpty Dumpty? Here, Humpty Dumpty, okay? He's this little egg right here, okay? And then on the other side is that king's, like the knights and the horses there. So Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together again. So they couldn't put him together again. It kind of means he's cracked. Maybe his pieces, right? They couldn't fix him. They couldn't put him back together again. So if I asked you, right, what's the beginning of Humpty Dumpty? What happened first with Humpty Dumpty? He sat on a wall. Here's our BME, right? I put the pictures there. So the B, the beginning, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. I don't know why he's on that wall. Sounds pretty dangerous for an egg, if you ask me. Okay, he's our character. That's what he's doing. Here's our middle, right? Our M. What happened next? Was there a problem with our character? Sure was. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. He fell. That is a problem. Now, the ending, that problem couldn't really be solved. Sometimes that happens in stories, right? What's the ending there? All the king's horses, all the king's men just couldn't put him back together again. I mean, you can see he's got a little crack through him. It's not like he's like totally in pieces, but that's the story of Humpty Dumpty. The beginning, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. There's the B. The middle, he had a great fall. He fell hard, right? Ouch. The end, they just couldn't put him back together again. Now, that is the original story of Humpty Dumpty. Oh, I don't know if I have that book with me. There's a book called After the Fall that I will read soon. Probably not this week, but maybe next week. About after the fall. What happens next, right? Don't you want to know what happens next? But for right now, that was just the BME of Humpty Dumpty. And now you know something about Humpty Dumpty. He is a fake character, obviously, right? He's an egg wearing pants and stuff, but that was the BME of Humpty Dumpty. Now, we're going to read a story together. It's just a short story. Today, I am just going to read you short stories because we're practicing our detective skills of figuring out the beginning, middle, and end of our stories, okay? All right, so this is camping. Now, I'm in the way. It says camping. And there's this mouse right here. Okay, so mouse camps in the woods. Okay, so who's our character here? Mouse. Do we know anything about him? Not really, right? Where is he though? They told us. That's usually what you can find out in the beginning of the story. Where are we? In the woods. He's camping. I know they're in the woods. I see trees. We see leaves. He's got a campfire. So, all right, he's got a slumber. Okay, so he's camping in the woods. Okay. Oh, mouse sleeps. Yeah, that's what you do. You do when you go camping. You do activities, you do things, but camping, like, you're actually sleeping out there. So he sleeps. Mouse wax up. No, let's Flippy. Don't come around here. You better not come around here. We are just going to use this. I'm just going to flip that vowel sound because I don't think it's wax up. I think it's what aches. What aches. I'm going to switch that A sound. So mouse wakes up. Look at his eyes. He's like, wonder why he woke up. Oh, mouse sees, I look at the picture, tail. Mouse sees a tail. Oh, wouldn't you be scared? Okay, so he's in the woods, right? So the beginning, right? He was in the woods camping. Now he's seeing things. He's seeing animals. Mouse sees eyes. Oh, you see those eyes right in the back there? Oh, look at him. He's seeing the eyes. Mouse sees more eyes. Do you see the more eyes in there? Oh, I do. I see more eyes too. Yikes. Oh, look at him. Okay. They're not telling me he's scared. How are they showing you he's scared? Right? How is the author and illustrator showing you how Mouse is scared? What's our evidence? Right? Because I'm telling you, I think he's scared. Show me this? I know this because have you ever been scared and you put the blanket over you and you're like, oh, go away, go away. Sometimes when I was little and there'd be like loud thunderstorms, I put a blanket over me. Don't know why, but I thought the blanket, it kept me safe, right? And the eyes, Mouse's eyes right there are like kind of shocked or like scared, like terrified eyes. Now again, they're not telling me, they're showing me that mouse is scared. Mouse sees teeth. Okay, am I in the way here? Yeah, I am. You see the teeth there? Oh boy. Okay, Mouse sees teeth. Now, I want to show you, if you can look around the mouse right there, the illustrator put like these lines kind of showing you that he's like shaking a little bit, right? So he's shaking a little bit. All right, so what do you think the problem is? What's happening in the middle of our story? Yeah, mouse is seeing things, seeing animals, which I think are animals, seeing tails and eyes and teeth. Mouse camps in his house. Okay. Why do you think Mouse camped in his house? I think he got too scared, so that solved that problem. And look, I can tell he's in his house. He's got the lamp, there's electricity, there's a TV, there's a fire, but it's a fireplace, and nope, he's sleeping in there. So, okay, short story. I told you it was a short story, right? Let's talk about the BME. Yeah, you know me. Let's talk about the beginning. What happened in the beginning, Mrs. Cliggett? What happened in the beginning? Let's see. Remember? Yeah. Mouse camps in the woods. That was the beginning. Seemed perfectly fine right there. He was camping in the woods, right? He got everything ready. We knew he was in the woods because there was trees and leaves and fire. What happened next? What was in the middle? Right, what was kind of that problem? This summer's, we're going to find it. We're going to show you. Mouse sees things in the woods. He's seeing what, right? That happened in the middle, right? He's seeing things in the woods. Like what? Eyes, ears, teeth. Teeth was the last straw. What happened at the end? Mr. White, we're going to let you know what happened at the end. Mouse gets scared and camps in the house, right? He camps in the house. Now, again, it never said Mouse was scared, right? But we can look at the pictures and kind of tell by our character, by the drawings, we could say, yep, he's definitely scared. And by his action, he didn't stay in the woods, right? He got out of there. He was like, going in the house. Teeth was the last thing for me. Bye woods, right? And went to his house and camped. I think I'd be with him too. If I saw teeth and I'm trying to sleep and I'm a mouse, yeah, I'm going to go camp at my house. So that was the ending, right? Very short story, right? But we were able to be story detectives and find the beginning, middle, and end of it, right? And kind of get to know our character with little words, right? So the BME, the beginning, middle, and end of your stories, all right? That is your mission today, because you're going to talk about in writing too. What happens at the beginning, what happens in the middle, what happens at the end. I want you, if you're reading in school, if you're reading at home on Raz Kids or any books at home, right? I want you to tell someone, find the BME, find the beginning, tell them about the middle, what happened at the end of the story. All right? That is your job, story detectives. Okay, tomorrow we'll talk more about BME. Yeah, you know me. Bye.